So good day. So this will be our part 2 of our week 4 lesson about wave and sound. The same process. So kindly comment your name and your section for your attendance. Okay, plus you have to watch the entire video kasi meron siyang quiz at the end. But this time, yung checking natin will be on our next slide. Okay, so you have to watch the entire length of this video para masukutan niyo yung quiz. Okay, for your quiz, you have to answer it in your notebook. So answers only, then you have to submit it to me by 2 screenshots. Submit sa akin sa messenger. And you have to wait for the link. Merong link akong sisend mamaya after this session. And then, doon nyo ilalagay yung sagot nyo. Okay? So, again, you have to submit the screenshots. Okay, now answer nyo for our YouTube quiz number 2. At the same time, you have to answer the link provided after this session. Yung link ay nasa GC's, individual GC's ninyo. Okay, so let's start. So we're now on, sabi ko nga kanina, this is the continuation of our discussion about sounds or about waves. Okay, so before we proceed, we have a short recall. Okay, so you're going to complete the following concept map below regarding waves. So some words are provided for your guide. So we're done with the waves. So this is just part of our recap or recall. You can still really understand our lesson about waves. So we have different parts. Let's start with this part. So we all know that wave have different parts. So these parts are, aside from the crest, you can use the comment box to answer. Okay. So wave trough, wavelength, and amplitude. If you still remember the trough is the lowest point of the wave. Yung pinakababa. When we say wavelength, it is the distance between trough to trough, or throw to throw, sorry. Okay, distance between throw to throw, or distance between crest to crest. Okay, so when we say amplitude, amplitude is the height of the wave. And the crest, okay, this is the counterpart of throw. If the throw is the lowest point, si crest naman yung highest point. So these are the different parts of the wave. So let's proceed with the types. So wave has 2 types. So given as mechanical, and under mechanical, we have 3 types of mechanical wave. I repeat, when we say mechanical wave, these are the waves that requires medium to transfer. And we all know that wave can transfer only through vibration. Kung walang vibration, waves cannot transfer energy. Okay, tandaan yan. So, vibration is the way where waves can transfer its own, wave can transfer energy. So, we have different parts or types of the wave. So, under mechanical, we have longitudinal wave, we have transverse, and we have the surface wave. So, if you're going to recall, when we say longitudinal wave, the movement of the molecules or the wave is back and forth. Left, right, okay? Parallel, okay? But when we say transverse wave, the movement of the wave is perpendicular. Up, down naman to. Up, down, repeated motion, up, down, and up, down. So, transverse yun. Okay, surface wave, ang movement niya is circular motion, paikot. Because surface wave is combination of your longitudinal and your transverse wave. So, aside from mechanical wave that requires medium to travel, we also have the other one. So, we also have the electromagnetic wave. When we say electromagnetic wave, these are the waves that do not require any medium to travel. So, hindi niya kailangan gumamit ng solid and liquid and gas to travel the energy. Okay? So, just remember the electronic wave, di ba? Yung sa electromagnetic spectrum natin. Starting from our shortest wavelength, which is the gamma, to our longest wavelength, which is the radio. Okay? So, Wave carries energy. We all know that the wave carries energy. Siya yung taga-deliver ng energy, but wave cannot create its own energy. Hindi niya kayang gumawa ng sarili niyang energy, but instead, kaya niyang mag-deliver, kaya niyang magdala ng energy to transfer from one properties or from one matter to another. So, we have different medium, okay, such as solid, liquid, and gas. Okay? Okay, so ito yung medium na kailangan ni wave para ma-transfer niya si energy. So, this concept map, they show the topic that we had, or the important points that we need to know in our lesson about waves. Okay? So, let's have the formal discussion about sound. I have here the hearing test. Okay? So, we are now in the sound. So, sabi natin dyan, one fact is that our human ear, meron lang siyang range meron lang siyang range ng sounds na kaya natin marinig. So, hindi lahat ng sounds ay naririnig natin. For example, yung mga different levels. Okay? So, those sounds that is below 20 Hz, ang tawag natin dyan is infrasound. And those higher than 20,000 Hz is supersonic. So, ito lang yung range wherein our ear can detect sound. So, below 20,000, ang tawag natin is infrasound. Higher 20,000 is supersonic. As I said, sabi ko, ang kaya lang marinig ng tao is the range from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Yung mababa sa 20 Hz, hindi na natin kayang marinig. Yung mas mataas sa 20,000 Hz, hindi na rin kaya natin marinig. Okay? So, I have here a hearing test. Okay, let's see if okay pa yung inyong ears. Okay, so, let's start. Let's diagnose your own ear. Kasi alam mo kayo, mahilig kayong mag-sound sa malakas. Okay, so, meron tayong hearing test.
A human ear can't perceive will travel across and beyond the human audio spectrum. As soon as your ears start actually perceiving the sound, stop the video and you will see your results. Ready? Let's go. You didn't hear that one, did you? You did? Oh, sorry. Here it goes for real.
Okay, although na-stop na siya. Okay, so ano ba ito yung hearing test natin. Okay, so from this side, of course, kapag itong part na to, normally, hindi mo talaga siya maririnig. Okay, so maririnig mo lang siya if you reach on the normal frequency. By the way, when we say frequency, it is the number of sound wave per second. Number of vibration per second. Now, so from here, if you reached here sa normal at narinig niyo yung sound, ibig sabihin normal pa yung hearing capacity niyo. Pero if nag-go on na yan dito at hindi mo na narinig, so meron ka ng difficulty in hearing. Okay? So, if napunta siya dito at di mo pa rin narinig, so kailangan mo na siya ng medical help. Okay? So, kung nandito ka na, wala ka pa rin narinig, totally deaf, bingi ka na. Okay? Since, kapag na-reach kanina, if na-reach natin yung normal part at narinig nyo yun, sabihin healthy pa si ear. Kaya iwasan natin yung bumaba yung sound na nakatutok sa mga ears natin. Because eventually, although hindi naman siya nag-take effect ngayon, it will take time. Okay? So, kung nangyari yun, baka bingi na kayo. Okay, so that is one way to test your ear. If meron tayong sa mata, kapag malabo, may binabasa kayo yung chart. Okay, so itong test na to, ito naman para malaman natin if your ear are both healthy pa. So, I repeat. So again, ang human ear can hear at the range of 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Yung mababa sa 20 Hz, hindi na natin kayang marinig. Okay? So, higher than 20,000 Hz, mas mataas sa 20,000 Hz, likewise, hindi na rin natin kayang marinig. So, ang kaya lang natin marinig is from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. And always remember that those sounds below 20,000, we call that one as infrasound. And those sounds that is higher than 20,000, we call that one as supersonic wave, sound waves. Yan.
Sees a human ear.
Okay, so number 2 facts about sound. Okay, so as you can see, we have air molecule. Ano ba yan? Okay, through repeated vibration of the air molecules, we can hear sound. So how can we hear sound? I repeat, that sound is a type of wave. Okay, so I repeat, si sound ay isang klase ng wave. Okay? So, since siya ay wave, kailangan niya ng vibration. Kailangan niya ng medium to travel. In the case of sound, ano ang ginamit niyang medium para matransfer niya yung energy? Of course, very good. Gumamit siya ng air molecules. So, how does the air wave or how does the sound wave produce sound? As you can see, yung mga bilog-bilog na yan yung air molecule. Assume that yung smallest circle na yan are the air molecule. So, what happened? Yung energy coming from the speaker will transfer from the air molecule. As you notice, some air molecules, nagdidikit-dikit siya, right? So, we call that one as compression. So, some of that, naghihiwa-hiwalay. So, we call that one as rarefaction. Okay? Since yung air molecules, yung energy from this speaker, na-transfer siya dun sa molecules, and then the other molecules will transfer the energy to the other molecules. Again, the other molecule will transfer the sound energy to the other molecules. So, ganun yun. So, nagkakaroon siya ng repeated transportation of sound through vibration. So, as you, for example, for example, if I ask you to hold your neck, pakihawak ka yung neck, huwag mong sasalita. Okay? Meron ba kayong nakakapa or nararamdaman na vibration? Wala. Okay, so therefore, may sounds ba? Wala. Okay, now, again, so hold your neck, say anything, or say ah. Okay? 1, 2, 3, ah. Okay, meron ba kayong vibration na narinig sa throat ninyo? Okay, so meron. So, that is the indication. So, this is a simple activity wherein we need to test or para siyang, this activity will help us test that through vibration, there is production of sound. So, magkakaroon lang ng sound if there is vibration. So, if walang vibration, walang sound. And yung vocal cords natin are responsible of creating those vibration. If you notice, kasi yung vocal cord natin, para siyang merong leaflet na ganyan. And wala sa picture. Although, kapag, kunwari, di ba sa pag umibili kayo ng torotot, may kinukuha kayong parang maliit na tube. Okay? So, yun ang hinihipan ninyo. So, that is a good example of the vibration of sound. So, kailangan yung hipan para magkaroon ng vibration to create sound. So, ganun din si sound waves. Okay? Through repeated vibration of air molecules, we can hear sound. Next. Third facts. Okay, sabi dyan, sound wave is an example of longitudinal wave, where particles move parallel or back and forth. Okay? Si sound wave, ang sound wave is best example of longitudinal wave. As you notice kanina doon sa speaker, the molecules are moving back and forth or parallel. So, ganun ang motion ni sound. Kaya nga siya is one example. If you still recall, si sound is one of our example for longitudinal wave. Fourth. Ayan. Bakit black? Sabi dyan, sound wave cannot travel in a vacuum or empty space. So, si sound wave, hindi siya pwedeng mag-travel in a vacuum. Kung sinabi natin vacuum, walang laman. Empty space. So, bakit kaya? Remember that sound wave is a type of longitudinal wave. And longitudinal wave is a type of mechanical wave. Diba alam natin, pag sinabi natin mechanical wave, it needs medium to transfer. Kailangan niyang gumamit ng solid, liquid, either solid, liquid, or gas. Okay? Since the sound wave is a mechanical wave, okay, sound wave cannot travel in a vacuum or empty space. So, pag walang laman, hindi nakakapag-travel si sound wave. Okay? Another. Okay, look at the short clip. Alin kaya dyan? This is the molecules of medium, different molecules of 3 different medium. Saan kaya dyan mabilis na travel si sound? Okay. Saan ang pinakamabilis? Okay, very good. Sound travel fastest in solid. Okay? Mabilis mag-travel si sound sa solid simply because, okay, pag sinabi natin solid, the molecules are compact, dikit-dikit. So, if there is vibration, mabilis ma-transfer, dikit-dikit siya. Kaya, mas mabilis si sound mag-travel in solid. But, si sound ay slowest in gas. Kasi si solid, siya ay dikit-dikit ang molecule. Si gas naman, the molecule are far apart from each other. So, malayo. So, if we're going to transfer the vibration, so it will take time para i-transfer ni one molecule yung vibration to the other molecule. Kaya nga si gas, si sound wave are slowest in gas. Mabagal siyang mag-transfer ng energy sa gas. So, si liquid, okay, so after solid, si liquid. Tandaan yan, ha? That sound wave travel fastest in solid and slowest in gas. Okay? So, I have here the different speed of the sound in different medium or materials. As you notice, saan dyan ang mas mataas o saan siya mas mabilis? Saan mabilis mag-travel ang sound? Sino pinakamalaki yan? Okay? So, ang pinakamataas is 5,100, which is the aluminum. And we all know that aluminum is a solid. So, sa kanya, mas mabilis na travel si sound. Sino ang pinakamababa? So, that will be 331. Okay, 331 is the air at 0 degrees Celsius. So from this chart, we can also we can say that sound travel fastest in solid, which is the aluminum one, and slowest in gas, which is the air. Okay, so I have here the 6 facts. That echo is a reflection of sounds that arrives at the listener with a delay after direct sound. Okay, so when we say echo, this is a reflective sound wave. For example, okay, di ba kapag kayo naliligo sa banyo, tuwan-tuwa kayo kasi narinig yung ganda ng voice, so reflect back yung boses nyo. Ang tawag natin doon is echo. So what happened to do? Ano ba yung echo, ma? Okay, for example, nasa banyo, kumakanta kayo. Since ang banyo ay close, okay, sarado. So may mga, di ba may mga wall yan. So kapag kayo ay kumanta, the sound waves will bounce back, okay, will move forward to the wall. So pag napunta or narating niya na si wall, ang gagawin niya, since may boundary, may harang, babalik siya ulit. Babalik siya. Yan, babalik yan. So yung pagbalik niya, ang tawag natin doon is the echo. As for example, di ba, sa pelikula, okay, di ba nakita niyo sa pelikula, pag nag-shout siya, merong delay. Yung kung ano yung sinasabi niya, kinagaya. Okay? Ang tawag natin doon is echo. So, sabi mo, ang ganda ko. O, sabihin niya, ang ganda ko. Sabihin nun, yung sound ay nag-reflect back. Okay? Pero, delay nga lang. Kaya kapag gusto mong marinig yung sound, yung voice mo, yung capacity ng voice mo, okay, kumakanta ka sa banyo. It's because the sound wave is reflected back. Kaya tawag na natin doon is the echo. Now, what determines the loudness of the sound? Sinabi natin loudness, okay? Yung, what do you call this, the loudness? Kung gaano kalakas yung isang sound, okay? So, again, vibration. When we say vibration, it is the repeated vibration that creates the sound. As I said, kung walang vibration, there will be no sound. Kailangan, not just one vibration, but a series, sunod-sunod, repeated vibration to create the sound. In sound, you have to remember the following factor: the pitch and the volume. When we say pitch, it is the element of the sound that determined by the speed at which sound waves travel. Okay? So, pag medyo mataas yung tono, high pitch. Pag mas mababa yung tono, low pitch. Okay? We also have the volume. Ano natin yung volume, di ba? Kapag malakas, loud. So, pag medyo hindi so soft sound yun. We always remember na kapag ang volume, ang pitch, ay mataas din si frequency. I repeat, the frequency is the number of vibration or number of vibration per second or number of wave per second. Okay, so that is frequency. So kung mataas si pitch, mataas si frequency, louder ang sound. Okay, ang vibration is mataas din at ang wave speed. Actually, itong wave speed na to, it depends on the materials or the medium na ginagamit. So, yun. So, nakadepende pa rin siya kay material. So, yung wave speed, although may mga factor tayong sinusunod, pag mataas si pitch, frequency, louder wave, but in the case of the speed of the wave, the speed of the wave affects only sa type ng material na nag-travel si wave. Okay? So, mamaya pag-usapan natin yung decibel. The decibel is the unit relative to the intensity of the densities on the human ear. Okay? So, sinabi natin decibel, it is the unit of sound. Okay? So, threshold of hearing, so yan. Ito dapat yung tandaan. So, yung 170 is really hurt. Painful sa ano natin. Painful na sa tenga natin. So, pag whisper, bumubulong ka lang, gumamit ka ng 10 to 20 decibel. Soft music is 30, residence is 40 to 50, conversation 60 to 70, heavy traffic 70 to 80, and yung mga busi-busi na thunder, that is 110, threshold pain is 120, rock band is 140, and then the jet engine is 170. Medyo nakaka-damage na to ng ear. So, ito lang kayang i-hold ng kayang i-hold ng tenga natin. Up to 120, but it's already painful. Okay? Now, who invented or who is the man who invented the unit or come up with the unit of decibel? Of course, it is no other than Alexander Graham Bell. So, Alexander Graham Bell is the reason kung bakit tayo mag-telephone ngayon. Okay? Kasi siya yung naka-invento na. Kaya nga siya yung nagbigay ng unit ng or nag-provide ng unit ng sound. Okay? So, intensities. The intensity is the energy carried by the sound. So, yun nga, ito yung mga different intensity. Okay. So, always remember, sabi ko kanina, mataas ang intensity, mas louder ang sound, ang frequency niya ay mataas din, okay, ang pitch niya ay mataas. But the sound, yung sound waves niya, okay, is mataas. Although yung speed of the sound, sabi ko nga, nakadepende yan doon sa materials na ginamit. So, it doesn't matter if mataas yung frequency, mataas din yung sound waves. Hindi siya ganun. As the sound speed, I repeat, si sound speed is nakadepende yan sa materials or sa medium na ginamit. But always remember, if the intensity is higher, obviously, it will create louder sound. Since siya ay louder sound, mabilis, ang frequency niya ay mataas din. And mataas din si pitch. On the other way around, if ang intensity niya ay lower, mababa ang intensity, okay? Mababa or ang sound niya ay softer, ang frequency niya ay mababa din. And also the pitch. Okay, let's talk about now the speed of the sound. Yan. So these are the three factors that affect the speed of the sound. So those are the relative humidity, atmospheric temperature, and atmospheric pressure. Tandaan yung three factors na yan. Okay, sabi ko nga, the speed of the sound affects by the types of medium na ginamit to transfer the vibration. Okay? So, but the most common factor na nakaka-affect ng speed ng the sound is this one. So, relative humidity, atmospheric temperature, and atmospheric pressure. Now, so ano yun paano ba yun? Remember, kapag mainit yung isang lugar, okay, the molecules move faster, di ba? Unlike kapag malamig, medyo nagtutone down or nagpo-cool down yung mga molecules. Hindi sila nag-move, pero hindi ganun kabilis. Kapag ang temperature ay mas mataas, okay, parang pang nagbo-boil, di ba? Kapag kayo ang papakulo ng tubig, kapag mainit na, kumukulo siya, di ba? So, ang tendency niya is mag-create yung takip ng kaldero is umaangat. Because yung kinetic energy niya, or energy in motion ng mga molecules na yun, ay mabilis. So, kapag mataas ang temperature, tumataas din ang kinetic energy. Which means, kung siya ay tumataas ang kinetic energy, the molecules are moving very fast. Kung mabilis mag-move ang isang molecules, mabilis mag-travel yung vibration. Or mabilis mag-travel yung sound. Kapag mainit. I repeat, bakit mo mainit? Kasi malamig hindi. Kasi nga, kapag mainit, mataas yung kinetic energy ng molecules. Wherein yung molecules, gumagalaw siya ng mas mabilis. Kaya mabilis mag-transfer ang sounds kapag mataas ang temperature. Mainit. Okay? Now, let's talk about the wave speed. If you still remember our technique in computing the speed, ganun din kay wave speed. But this time, we're going to use the equation. V stands for our speed of the wave. And this one, yung lambda, it is our wavelength. And our frequency has a unit of hertz. When we say hertz, it is 1 vibration per second. Okay. So, kayo mo confuse kasi hertz can be referred to time, but in C hertz, okay, to make it more simple, ang unit ni hertz, ang unit frequency is hertz. Wherein yung isang hertz is equivalent to 1 vibration, it's 1 per second. Okay? So, let's have the number 1 problem. Calculate the speed of the sound of the day when a 1,200 hertz or our frequency has a wavelength of 1.2 meters. So, ang hinahanap natin ay si speed. So, since we're looking for the speed, so we have to cover the velocity. Anong given natin? Our velocity, our frequency is 1,000 hertz. Or you can write this one as 1,200 per second. Sabihin, nag-vibrate siya, nagkaroon siya ng vibration na 1,200 in 1 second. Nag-create siya ng 1,200 waves in 1 second. So that is frequency. And our wavelength, which is has a symbol of lambda, is 1.2 meter. So if we're going to cover, if we're going to cover the V, anong formula natin? If we're going to cover, pag kinover natin si, kasi hinahanap natin ay speed, i-cover natin to. If we're going to cover the velocity or the speed, what formula are we going to produce? Okay, so since sila ay magkatabi, ibig sabihin yan, you have to multiply. Our formula is frequency times your wavelength. Okay, let's substitute our given. So our given is 1,200 hertz or 1,200 per second times our 1.2 meter. So 1,200 times 1.2, multiply lang natin. Our answer is 1,440 meter per second since we are looking for the speed. Again, ma'am, si frequency, baka mamalito na naman. Ma'am, sabi mo ang frequency is 1,200 hertz. Bakit po naging 1,200 per second? Remember that frequency is 1 vibration per second. So, para nilagay na natin, ginawa na natin fraction para makita niyo yung unit. Okay, after we solve it. So, isa-isang vibration sa 1,200 sa isang second, nag-vibrate si or nagkaroon ng wave, nag-produce si wave or si sound ng 1,200 wave. So, ibig sabihin. So, we're going to multiply. So, our answer is 1,440 meter per second. Okay, next. Okay, let's have number 2. Suppose the speed of the sound is about 600 meter per second. So, ito naman si meter per second. So, ibig sabihin, ang speed niya, this one, si 600 meter per second, ay ito. So, nandyan na siya. Okay? And the frequency of the wave is 30 cycles. Okay, huwag kayong magulo sa 30 cycles. It means 30 waves ang na-create niya in 1 second. Then, find the wavelength of the sound. So, since cycles per second, ang ni-refer niyan ay si hertz. It's a frequency. Ang hinahanap natin ay wavelength. So, pag hinahanap ang wavelength, let's cover this one, si wavelength. Ano magiging formula natin? Okay, I repeat, our velocity or our sound is 600 meter per second. Our frequency is, since yan ay 30 cycles, sinabi na natin 30 cycles, nag-create siya ng 30 waves in 1 second. Okay, so 30 vibrations in 1 second. You have 30 over second. So, what will be our formula? The formula, since hinahanap natin ay si wavelength, okay, so let's cover this one. So, our formula is velocity over frequency. Let's substitute. Our velocity is 600 meter per second. Our frequency is 30 cycles or 30 vibration per second. So, kayo magulo sa cycles. Pareho lang yung kanina. Okay, so what are we going to do? We have to divide. So, 600 divide 30. Okay, we will cancel our seconds. So, ang matitira is meter. So, our answer here is 40 meters. 600 divide 30 is 40. So, since we're looking for the wavelength, so our answer is 40. Okay, number 3. So, what is the frequency? This time, ang hinahanap naman ay si frequency of the sound that has 0.70 meter. Okay? So, 0.70 meter is our wavelength. Kasi meter. And then you have the speed of the sound is 430 meter per second. So 400 meter per second is your wave speed. So sound speed. Wave speed of the sound, sorry. Okay, so anong hinahanap natin? We're looking for the frequency. Okay, so we're asking for the frequency. Anong given natin? Our velocity, which is 430 meter per second. Your wavelength is 0.70 meter. So we're looking for the frequency. Since ang hinahanap natin yung frequency, let's go over the frequency. Our formula is velocity divide wavelength. So let's have the truth. Our wavelength is 430 meter per second, and velocity is 430 meter per second, and your wavelength is 0.70. So we're going to cancel meter. Ang matitira na lang ay second. So 430 divided 0.70, so that will be 614 hertz. Ma'am, bakit naging hertz? Seconds to. Okay? So, sabi natin, so hertz ay 1 vibration per second. So, pwede siyang isulat na 1 over 614 second. Pero, i-shorten na natin into hertz. 614 second. Pwede ngayon na isulat niya. Pero, i-shorten natin because ang unit nga ni frequency is always hertz. Okay, so this is the sample of the wave equation. So I will give you time. Okay, so for our YouTube quiz number 2, you're going to answer the following question. But this time, ang answer is not provided. Okay, so I will give you time to answer this. Pwede yung stop. So anong gagawin dyan, ma'am? So isasagutan niyo yan on your notebook. Tapos yung notebook, i-screenshot nyo, isi-send nyo sa akin. Plus, magbibigay ako ng link to transfer nyo doon yung answer niyo. Okay. You can stop hanggang 10 yan. And then we're going to discuss our answer on our next video. Okay, so that ends our discussion for this morning or for this day. Okay, so I hope you learned a lot, okay, from this discussion. So we can now forward on our next meeting on Wednesday. Meron tayo another topic. So be ready. Okay, if you have question, pwede kayo mag-PM sa akin sa Facebook. If merong hindi naiintindihan, pwede kayo mag-PM. Okay? So, magkakaroon pa naman tayo ng, although ito is just supplementary for those na nagmo-modular at those na nawawalan ng internet. Okay? So, that ends our discussion. So, thank you. I repeat, ang YouTube quiz, sagutan sa notebook, submit sa akin ang answer. Okay? Tapos, may link, i-transfer doon para ma-record ko ang inyong scores. Okay? That ends our discussion. So, keep safe. Thank you.